Most people with debt are paying it off in completely the wrong order. Not because they are lazy, not because they do not care, but because nobody ever taught them that the order you pay off debt matters just as much as the amount you pay. Paying the wrong debt first can cost you thousands of extra dollars in interest, and paying the right debt first can save you years of financial stress. Today, we are going to fix that permanently with the debt hierarchy, a simple, ranked system that tells you with zero confusion exactly which debt to attack first, second, and last. And by the end of this video, you will have a clear debt payoff plan that actually works. But before we build the hierarchy, we need to understand why most people get this completely wrong. Most people pay off debt based on emotion, not math. They pay off the debt that stresses them out the most, or the one their parents told them to pay first, or the one with the smallest balance because eliminating it feels good. None of these are wrong instincts, but none of them are optimal either. The optimal debt payoff strategy is determined by one thing: the cost of each debt, specifically the interest rate on each debt. Because interest is not just a number on a statement, it is money leaving your pocket every single month. And the higher the interest rate, the faster money is leaving. So the hierarchy is simple in theory: attack the most expensive debt first. But in practice, there are nuances that change the order significantly, and those nuances are worth thousands of dollars if you understand them. Let us build the debt hierarchy together right now. The debt hierarchy has 5 levels. Each level represents a category of debt. Level 1 is at the top, the most urgent. Level 5 is at the bottom, the least urgent. Your job is to identify which level every single debt you have belongs to, then attack from the top down, one level at a time. Level 1. High-interest consumer debt, interest rate above 15%. This is credit card debt, store card debt, buy now, pay later debt, payday loans. This is the most financially destructive category of debt that exists. A credit card at 22% interest on a $5,000 balance costs you $110 every single month in interest alone. That's $1,320 a year just in interest, not reducing the balance at all. Over 5 years, at minimum payments, that $5,000 debt costs you nearly $9,000 total. $9,000 on a $5,000 balance because of interest. Level 1 debt is financial fire. It burns money faster than almost any investment can grow it. Nothing else gets paid aggressively until level 1 debt is gone. Nothing. Level 2. Medium high interest debt. Interest rate between 8 and 15%. These include personal loans, some car loans, some private student loans. These are serious but not immediately catastrophic. They're expensive but not burning. Once level 1 is cleared, every extra dollar goes here next. Do not be fooled by the lower rate. 8% on a $20,000 loan is still $1,600 a year in interest. Level 2 demands urgency, just not the same emergency as level 1. Level 3. Medium interest debt. Interest rate between 4 and 8%. This is where most car loans live, some personal loans, some student loans. At this level, the math starts shifting. The interest is real, but it's manageable. Once levels 1 and 2 are cleared, you have a decision to make at level 3. Do you pay it off aggressively, or do you invest the difference instead? If your investment portfolio consistently returns more than your debt interest rate, investing wins mathematically. If your debt interest rate is higher than your expected investment return, pay the debt first. This is the crossover point, and it's one of the most important financial decisions you'll make. Level 4. Low interest debt. Interest rate between 2 and 4%. This is where most government student loans live, some mortgages, some subsidized loans. At this level, in almost every scenario, investing beats paying down debt aggressively. The stock market has historically returned 7 to 10% annually over long periods. A student loan at 3% is cheaper money than almost any investment return you can reliably generate. Pay the minimum on level 4 debt and redirect every extra dollar into investing instead. Level 5. Very low or zero interest debt, interest rate below 2%. This includes 0% financing deals, some government programs, interest-free periods.
At this level, pay the absolute minimum and invest every single extra dollar you have. 0% debt is literally free money. There is no financial argument for paying it off early. Use the lender's money for as long as they'll let you and invest your own money instead. That's the debt hierarchy. 5 levels, crystal clear priority order. But knowing the hierarchy is half the battle. Executing it correctly is where most people still make mistakes. Let's talk about the 7 most common debt payoff mistakes and how to avoid every single one. Mistake 1. Paying multiple debts simultaneously at equal amounts. This is the most expensive mistake in personal finance debt management. Splitting your extra money across 3 debts at once means none of them get paid off quickly, and the longer each debt stays alive, the more interest it generates. Concentrate your extra payments on one debt at a time, always the highest level in the hierarchy. Once it's gone, move everything to the next one. This is called the debt avalanche method. Mistake 2. Only paying the minimum balance on everything. Minimum payments are designed by lenders to keep you in debt as long as possible. A $5,000 credit card balance at 22% with minimum payments takes 27 years to pay off. 27 years, and costs you over $12,000 in interest alone. Minimum payments are a trap. Never treat them as a strategy. Mistake 3. Paying off low balance debts first regardless of interest rate. This is called the debt snowball method, and while it has psychological benefits, it's mathematically expensive. Paying off a $500 debt at 5% before a $5,000 debt at 22% costs you significantly more in total interest. The debt avalanche, highest interest rate first, saves more money in every mathematical scenario. Use the hierarchy, not your emotions. Mistake 4. Not building any emergency fund while paying off debt. If you put every extra dollar into debt and have zero savings, one unexpected expense sends you straight back to credit cards, and you undo months of progress in a single day. Maintain a minimum emergency fund of $1,000 while paying off level 1 and 2 debt. Once those levels are cleared, build your full 6-month emergency fund before investing aggressively. Mistake 5. Closing credit cards after paying them off. This feels logical, but it actually hurts your credit score in 2 ways. It reduces your total available credit, which increases your credit utilization ratio, and it reduces the average age of your credit accounts, which lowers your score further. Pay the card, keep the account open, use it for one small recurring purchase monthly, set it to auto pay in full, build credit without debt. Mistake 6. Refinancing debt without understanding the true cost. Refinancing can be powerful, but only when done correctly. A lower interest rate sounds great, but if the loan term extends significantly, you pay more total interest. A loan at 10% over 3 years versus 7% over 6 years, the 7% loan costs more total interest, despite the lower rate. Always calculate total interest paid, not just the monthly payment or the rate. Mistake 7. Continuing to add new debt while paying off old debt. This is the treadmill problem. You pay down one end while adding to the other end. The balance never meaningfully drops. The stress never meaningfully reduces. While in aggressive debt payoff mode, freeze new debt completely. No new credit cards, no financing deals, no buy now, pay later. The only exception is a genuine emergency that your emergency fund cannot cover. Those are the 7 mistakes. Now let's talk about the math that makes the hierarchy so powerful. Meet 2 people. Both have the same 3 debts. Both have the $100 extra per month to pay towards debt. Person A follows the hierarchy, highest interest first. Person B pays the smallest balance first, the popular snowball approach. Debt 1, $5,000 at 22%. Debt 2, $3,000 at 8%. Debt 3, $1,000 at 5%. Person B pays debt 3 first, the smallest, gone in 10 months, feels great, then attacks debt 2, gone in about 20 months, more momentum, then finally attacks debt 1. The most expensive debt has been growing the entire time. Total time to debt freedom for person B, approximately 45 months. Total interest paid by person B, approximately $3,800. Person A follows the hierarchy, attacks debt 1 first, the highest interest. Debt 1 gone in approximately 38 months with focused payments. Then debt 2, then debt 3. Both fall quickly with the full payment concentrated on them. Total time to debt freedom for person A, approximately 42 months. Total interest paid by person A, approximately $2,900. Person A saves $900 and finishes 3 months earlier. Same income, same debts, same extra payment, different order. $900 difference. That's the power of the debt hierarchy. Applied at scale across larger debts, the difference is tens of thousands of dollars. Now let's talk about what happens after the hierarchy is complete, because debt freedom is not the finish line, it's the starting line. The moment your last level 1 debt is gone, something powerful happens. Every dollar that was going to interest payments is now free. That money doesn't disappear. It redirects into building wealth instead of paying for past decisions. This moment is called the debt freedom dividend, and here's what it looks like in real numbers. If you were paying $500 a month towards debt, and now that debt is gone, that $500 invested at 8% for 20 years
becomes $29,000. $29,000, generated by money that used to evaporate into interest payments. The hierarchy does not just save you money during payoff, it accelerates wealth building after payoff. And the faster you clear the hierarchy, the longer your money has to compound on the other side. Let us now talk about how to build your personal debt hierarchy right now, in the next 10 minutes. Step 1. Write down every single debt you have. Every single one. Nothing hidden. Debt name, current balance, interest rate, minimum payment, monthly due date. Most people have never seen all their debts in one place at the same time. Do this first. Step 2. Rank every debt by interest rate, highest to lowest. This is your hierarchy. If 2 debts have identical interest rates, rank the smaller balance first for a psychological quick win. Step 3. Calculate your total minimum payments across all debts. This is your non-negotiable monthly debt obligation. It leaves your account every month no matter what. Step 4. Identify how much extra you can direct toward debt above the minimums. Even $50 extra per month makes a significant difference in payoff timeline. Step 5. Direct every extra dollar to the top debt in your hierarchy. Pay minimums on everything else. Put every extra cent on the number 1 debt. Do not split it, do not diversify it, concentrate it. Step 6. When the top debt is gone, roll that entire payment into the next debt down. Your total monthly debt payment stays the same, but now it is all aimed at one target. This snowballing effect accelerates payoff dramatically at each level. Step 7. Celebrate each debt elimination, then immediately redirect without pause. The pause is where people lose momentum. Eliminate and redirect. Same day, no exceptions. Those are the 7 steps to building and executing your personal debt hierarchy. Let us talk about one more thing before we close: the psychology of debt payoff. Debt carries more than financial weight. It carries emotional weight. Stress, shame, avoidance. These are the silent companions of every debt balance, and they're the reason most people never fully face their debt situation honestly. The debt hierarchy removes the emotional confusion by replacing it with a clear system. You no longer have to decide what to pay. The hierarchy decides for you. You no longer have to feel overwhelmed by multiple balances. You only focus on one at a time. You no longer have to wonder if you're doing it right. The math tells you exactly what right looks like. That clarity is not just financially valuable, it's mentally valuable. Because when you know exactly what you're doing and exactly why, the weight of debt becomes manageable. Not gone, not painless, but manageable. And manageable is all you need to keep moving forward. One payment at a time, one level at a time, one debt eliminated at a time, until the hierarchy is empty and the building begins. If this gave you one idea worth acting on, subscribe. Every week, we break down the systems, checklists, and frameworks that build real wealth. See you in the next one.